bubbly, sweet, caring, giving little girl. She was perfect.
Shannon Wilsey spent most of her childhood in the countryside outside Dallas, Texas. By the time she was a cheerleader for the Pee Wee football team, it was obvious this little angel had acting talent.
She liked to dance, and she always said she was going to be an airline stewardess when she grew up.
Instead, Shannon Wilsey became Savannah, one of the biggest porn stars of our time, making nearly 80 movies in a period of just 5 years.
This business launched her on a rocket so fast that she couldn't catch up with her own fame.
But Shannon's fame became a tragic story of great unhappiness and self-destruction that ended last July when she took her own life at the young age of 23.
I think Shannon just couldn't take being Savannah anymore.
Shannon was a troubled teenager. At the age of 16, she went to live with her father, who was divorced from her mother.
She was not happy there. She wrote us letters, she wanted to come back home. But somewhere in the process, she met a rock star and went on the road with him.
That rock star was Greg Ullman, 25 years her senior. When Pam spoke to her daughter a year later, she says Shannon was in deep trouble.
He had gotten her pregnant, and she had a miscarriage, and he just walked out on her. She told me he's the one that started her on heroin, and that was her biggest battle.
A spokesman for Ullman said the rock star denies getting Shannon pregnant and starting her on heroin. In time, Shannon overcame her addiction. At just 18, she began her very grown-up career as a porn star.
She started out modeling, and she wanted to do that. And then her agent told her that she could make more money making the X-rated films.
Would you like a drink?
I don't know. Alcohol makes me kind of crazy.
Savannah's mom says her daughter would return to their home in Texas and shower them with gifts. But before long, things started to change.
The money started controlling her.
Savannah filled her empty life by dating more celebrities, including rock star Slash of Guns N' Roses and MTV host turned actor Pauly Shore. According to former adult actress Gina Fine, she tried to bury the troubles of Shannon by assuming the identity of Savannah.
Savannah became this larger-than-life diva who got so much attention and was so adored, it took over, and she became a huge ego, and it just swallowed Shannon up.
By the time Savannah took her life, she hadn't made a movie in months, was drinking heavily and using Valium. She owed thousands to the IRS.
She was getting ready to go to work again to take care of the money problems.
Then on July 11th of last year, Savannah got into a car accident.
She was driving her Corvette, white Corvette that she owned. And in the area that she lives, there's a lot of curbs. And I think she took one too fast and collided with a picket fence.
In a distraught, emotional state, Savannah called her manager, Nancy Pera. So distressed by her injuries, it seemed Savannah couldn't endure her unhappiness anymore. Moments after making that call to her manager, Savannah walked into the garage of her home with a gun. Nancy rushed to the house only to discover that she was too late. Savannah had shot herself in the head. Nancy watched as Savannah was carried away.
And I grabbed her foot and I said, Shannon. And then probably that often, but I wanted to go as deep as I could. I said, Shannon, stay with us. Please stay with us.
Within hours, 23-year-old Shannon was dead. The porn diva had died broke, miserable, and bitter. One of her unresolved problems was with her father, who had last tried to contact her 8 months before her death.
I found a letter when we were cleaning out all her stuff from her apartment or her house. And I read that letter, and it expressed a great deal of pain.
And while Savannah believed nobody really cared about Shannon, her family and friends now feel that they're the ones left with the emptiness in their lives.
You couldn't help but be crazy about her, and she had so many little things that she would do that would be so sweet, and she would bring me little presents, and He was very thoughtful.
Just this past July, Shannon's mother, Pam, filed a wrongful death suit against Greg Allman, the man her daughter went to live with in Hollywood. Allman has not returned our calls, and he has not responded to the lawsuit. Still to come on Inside Edition, another story of government waste, and the sweat hogs are back in